As I'm sure you all know, there has been a change in McLaren's drivers this year. You probably also know that this man is right now ahead of his teammate, and I'm hoping but also quite confident in the fact that it can stay there. Here is 5 reasons why this new McLaren driver, whom we all know as Jensen Button, is better than teammate Lewis Hamilton. Reason 1. Now, as you all know, this last Grand Prix in Melbourne was both interesting and an overall exciting race. But it will also help me in my reasoning that Hamilton is a freaking crybaby. First, in qualifying, he blames his horrendous place on bad traffic. It's not like he's ever done that before. Just suck it up and stop complaining. Then, as if that wasn't bad enough, about 3/4 through the race, he actually goes on the radio and is so frustrated for not having the ability to pass Massa and demands McLaren to tell him why they brought him in for a tire change. Can you believe that? Don't blame McLaren for your trouble, and if he really wanted to pass him, he shouldn't have been concentrating on how he could make the team take the blame for his bad race finish. Second reason. Now, obviously in Formula 1, with all the surprises and inconveniences, you wouldn't usually think of this as a valid reason. But let me tell you, Jensen Button is a considerable amount more consistent than his current partner. When Hamilton isn't in the mood for doing well, he doesn't. If we look at the race standings for this year and compare, you can see that Hamilton is all over the place, while Button never gets below 8 and spends most of the season on the podium. Reason 3. He's a little bit of a jerk. Now, I understand that this doesn't seem like a very good point, but let me tell you, compared to Button, Lewis is not nice. He criticized Top Gear for not having a heater, complaining, again with the complaining, that it is too cold, and that they should buy a heater. Who does that for an interview? And then, during one race, he goes on to insult Fisichella during a pass with his fist. Everyone knows that just because another driver is fighting for his position does not give you the right to insult him. Reason 4. Jensen is simply a better driver. This may seem a little bit harsh, but I honestly believe it's true. I would like to see Hamilton get in the same car that Jensen was driving in 2008 and get those positions. I understand they weren't great, but could Hamilton do better? I'd like you to comment on that. I don't have any facts, but I think so. Button is also the superior driver in the rain. Reason 5. This reason is a mixture of things that Hamilton has done. In the past, Hamilton has had a lot of, facepalm moments. Like when he smashed into the back of Kimi Räikkönen during the Montreal Grand Prix of 2007. I mean, even if he didn't see the red light, he should have at least been able to notice that the 2 cars in front of him were stopping. Then, of course, there was the race disqualification last year. I mean, really, what was he thinking lying to the stewards? Not a good idea. And just now, he's been arrested. So, I don't know. This has been my reasoning on who is the better driver. Don't get me wrong, Hamilton is good, and he's had his good moments. But Button is the better driver, and has also had his share of good moments, without any